Hello Detroit, I'm Sharon McPhail, one of your candidates for mayor. The two most significant things that I think about when I think about how I grew up were one, being a member of a little girls club that was started by a neighborhood lady who believed that we were all special. Some of us didn't have much and we didn't look like much, but she thought we were special. And she taught us to present ourselves and have respect for ourselves. I remember her snatching us off of a corner one day because she said ladies didn't hang out on corners, and teaching us the kinds of things that we thought we would never need to know, like how to introduce the President of the United States to your mother, or how to introduce the Pope to your father. We all thought we'd never be in a position to do that, and so just having us understand that there were horizons out there that we didn't yet know whether we would ever achieve, but that she expected us to. The next thing I remember when I think about how I got to believe what I believe these days is that I was one of the first students in a program called Upward Bound. And it was a government program that took kids that were bright kids by some test or other that they gave us, and it put you on a college campus for a summer and gave you courses that you wouldn't normally get in the public school system. And so in that way, I came to understand that process, and I didn't grow up in a family where anybody had ever been to college, so I didn't know anything about it. And I think being as a part of that Upward Bound program led me to a point where I understood that college was something I could do too. So when it came to my junior year in college, and in high school rather, and the counselor that I had told me that I should take typing because she thought I could be a secretary, and I was an A student in an honors program. I thought, well, maybe I'd try for college anyway, and so I applied a bunch of different places and got accepted. And how I went was on scholarships and loans. I had so many loans I didn't know where all of them were at one point, but I had enough money that I gathered together to get myself in and get myself through the first couple of years. And then after that, it becomes more possible because people help you do it. The same thing happened in law school. I saw there was a law school in my college, and I saw it, and I thought, I kind of like to go to law school, and so I went over there and figured out how to do it. But behind all of that was this sense that I could do it. And not because I was so great, but because anybody could do it if you just had the desire to do it and you just kept asking questions until you figured out how. I know from my own experience in my own education that the most important things are that you're able to read well, that you're able to communicate, to speak, and that you're able to write. And those are things that I was taught. I was very fortunate to go to a very good public school system where they taught us those things. So I know that in the city of Detroit, if we have a public school system that does that, that sets the stage for everyone to be successful. It doesn't require you to have a course in, the history of anything. It requires that your future requires that you be able to communicate, that you be able to read, and that you be able to write. And if we can teach our children those things, we will provide them with the foundation that they need.